So you want to fly the Anvil Arrow? The light fighter of the future? Well, so do I. So sit down, strap up, and let's go. Meet Anvil's light fighter of the future, featuring an ultra aerodynamic frame, light profile, and the most advanced maneuvering thruster tech available. It's the most agile ship in its class. It can also hold its own in a knockdown drag-out thanks to a generous standard weapons package that includes quad missile racks and a full complement of countermeasures. The Arrow is designed specifically to leave would-be interlopers thoroughly bewildered. After all, how can they kill what they can't catch? Hey everybody, this is Fist25 and welcome to another ship review. We are on to the Anvil Arrow right now, and I just grabbed this guy outside of Hurston in Loreville, and we're about to take it up out of the atmosphere. It is in my preferred loadout, which we will go over later in Urkel Games, but let's take a quick walk around real quick. It's also in the default color package right now, which I will show you those as well. I believe there's 5 different paints for the Arrow. This is the view from head on with the wings folded back. I do have 2 size 3 guns on each wing, and then there's a turret on the top, which we'll see when we start flying. But I have some GT210s on there, and they are turreted. I have 1 size 3 and 1 size 2 missile on each wing. That's what I kind of prefer. And as we can see, it's got a nice little small sleek profile. When we go into flight mode, all these wings here that you see folded up will fold down. Just like the Hornet, it's got a big engine in the back. It may even be the same engine, I don't know, but it's so small and it's so light that it's one of the most maneuverable and nimble aircraft in the Anvil fleet, and really in Star Citizen as a whole on the civilian market. So, all in all, a very small ship and a very light fighter, but it's, you know, as the tagline says, how can they kill what they can't catch? And that's a really good question. So, let's go ahead and get inside this aircraft and we'll see you in space. As you can see, as we're lifting off here, this is indeed a small ship. I do like to keep the wings folded until I clear the hangar. Let's see, we're headed out to Loreville. Looks like it's daytime. Oh, that's nice. Nice and polluted. We'll go ahead and spread the wings there. They spread with the landing gear. And because we don't have rings anymore in Loreville, we just kind of take off. So I'll set the cruise control there. You can see the aircraft does indeed look like an Arrow as we head out of the atmosphere. Here's a bottom view. It's got some interesting, like dirty, you know, along the paint, like it's been worn and used, and the thrusters have been used, and people have been touching it. It's a worn look, and I particularly like it because, in all actuality, that's how real aircraft look, except maybe, you know, show planes. And we can see the missiles are external, so there are no like bomb bay doors or missile doors or anything like that. 180, so you can see the front, or I'm sorry, the top. That's what the top looks like. Again, big engine. This is only SCM speed, and we are, I mean, cruising outside of Hurston here. Go ahead and give it a little bump. There you go. That's not afterburner either. Let me engage the afterburner. There we go. So, on the top, you can see there is a turret. As we move a little bit, you can see the turret move. And there you go. I just locked the turret. Let's go ahead and reset this view. Head back into the cockpit. There is a chance of blacking out because we are going so fast. We're not quite at this top speed yet as we near 50,000 meters. Go ahead and go to like an orbital marker. And, we'll get its top speed going and show you that, and then we'll move on to what this ship is designed for, which will be dogfighting. Before we red out. Okay. Let's go ahead and give it full gas. You see, boom, SCM speed. It's going up there. 1,000 meters a second, 1,100, 1,200. Right there at about 1,234 meters a second is the top speed of this aircraft. Now I'm going to go ahead and reduce our speed down to SCM. How long it takes to get back down there. This is all that retro thrust. Can't get right on SCM because the way this mouse scroll wheel works. Pretty close. It took about 10 seconds there. Where's that? Let me take off cruise control. Should have leave it on. Show you the. Now this is mouse and keyboard. How fast it yaws. That's pretty quick. As far as the spin rate, that's pretty darn fast. Don't get too dizzy on me. And pitch. It's pretty close. It's pretty good. It's really its roll rate. I mean, you roll and then you move. It is very nimble. I would say the Talon is probably a little more nimble, but this thing's on par with ships like the Atlas. So the weapons I have on here is I have 2 attrition 3s that are locked into the center reticle. They are not gimbaled. And then on the top turret I have some GT210s, which are the size 1 ballistics. It should be a pretty potent combination. So let's find out. The ship is classified as a light fighter. So let's find some missions and do some dogfighting, and we'll see how good it does. Keep in mind this is patch 3.12, so things are a little different now with bounty hunting and all that jazz. Target. Not it. We have our Atlas drive in here. Here we go. Alright, so once again we're here with bounty mission. There's no bounty here just yet. I'm not very ready on most of these missions. Let's head towards the location. Bring out my size 3 missiles. We'll see when this bounty gets here. seems in 312 they do take a few minutes to show up. Now, last time I used the arrow, I think I hit what might have been an invisible asteroid, and I blew up. It wasn't pretty. But I was doing really well on a stock ship before blowing up unexpectedly. Let's hang out for a minute, and we'll see if that bounty arrives. Alright, we found our bounty. Let's target him. It's an Avenger Stalker. Alright, we got a couple missiles off. Boom! 2 size 3s of that Avenger Stalker is toast. Now, knowing this patch, there's probably going to be a couple more bad guys showing up. Let's see, how much did we make on that? 5,000, I think. Yep, 5,000. Now, while we're waiting for his friends to show up later, I'm going to go ahead and grab another mission. Keep doing these low risk targets, I believe, until we get a medium risk. Some with a higher payout. Buddy show up yet? No, oh, there they are. So we got a freelancer miss. Who seems to be not moving a whole lot. Not sure why. Doesn't make it any fun if he doesn't move. And his friend was coming in to hit me. I'll tell you that. Alright. Took him out. That was 1,500 Alpha UEC. So his friend here is in a Gladius Valiant. A little bit less shields. And a freelancer. And at least this guy's flying around. He didn't outmaneuver me there, so maybe that's the AI, maybe not. Oh, desync on that one. Oh, jeez. Can't just stop, buddy. You're gonna kill us both. Hate it when they're in the sun. I'll tell you that. I don't know what he's doing. Who flies like that? Is that even possible? How about keeping that nose on target? Alright, finally. Whew, man. Well, he went up pretty good. Got that Gladius Valiant paint job, so I didn't catch how much that was. But I think we definitely have enough ammo for the next mission, which is here at Ida, so we'll just set our rendezvous point. I guess we'll go over here and wait for a minute or two for the guy to come in. I don't know how many missions you have to do before they give you the medium bounties. I don't know. And now we wait. Take a look at the ship. Doesn't look like we took much damage or anything. Haha, there he is. Mustang Delta. Oh man, he ran into the asteroid, and I got missiles on him. Well, that stunk. Oh, and I got a demotion because I failed the objective because he ran into an asteroid. Let's look at his journal entry. It was evaluated and determined to be significantly lacking. Demoted to the rank of associate contractor. Wow. Wow. Star Citizen. Wow. Alright, his friends are here. And just in time for me to be out of missiles. Let's shoot this Cuddy Black. We can get him down. Right now, I'm just doing some basic strafing. Whoa, I hit something? Something run into me, or I ran into something? Okay, that's 1,000. For the Cuddy Black. This guy, Freelancer Miss. Interesting. Yeah, at least he's shooting back. Miss is actually a pretty tough ship. Makes me wonder what the medium and high risk missions would have. Hull right now. Now it's okay for you to run into an asteroid, so I'll get credit. Come on, man. Guy that you want to use some missiles on to soften up them shields or get the coup de grace to finish them off. They have size 2 shields. It's starting to get pieces of them. There we go. Woohoo! 1200 UEC. Not bad. I think I may be actually running low on. Let's take a look. Can. Try this. Oh gosh. Weapons. So our guns are at. We still have a significant amount of ammo. Okay, so before we go to this next mission, I wanted to show you the color differences between the different arrows and the different paints that they have. And they're scanning me. Perfect time to do this while they're scanning. Where were you 2 minutes ago? I needed your help. And of course, the aircraft didn't show up. There we go. Okay, now we have the aircraft show. So the standard color scheme of an Anvil Arrow is like a white and kind of a gray metallic look. Very Anvil. It looks good. It has red accents, which is again. We're gonna go ahead and go to make it the Twilight livery, which kind of gives it a little kind of a white gray camo look with some green accents instead of red. It looks pretty good. I use this on my ships all the time. It's pretty muted. The metallic gray livery is definitely more of a solid gray, maybe a few different shades of gray with some green accents again on the top and the bottom. Looks good. The tan and green. I'm not a huge fan of this one. Maybe some people are. This is definitely for maybe a land-based type of mission for the Arrow. It is more of a brown than a tan, and some light green, like OD green, with some yellow accents and some blue stenciling. It looks pretty good, and I like this one, the light green and gray. It's definitely the Arrow should be a little bit lighter in color, but yeah. So I kind of wish they had a black one, or maybe a stealth Arrow or something like that. I think that'd be neat. Now we can put stealth components in here and make it very stealth, but not like the Hornet Ghost really stealth. Oh, someone's flying in. Let's see who that is. First in security. Okay. Well, I don't want to get scanned again, so let's take off. It kind of upsets me a little bit that we got demoted through no fault of our own. I mean, who cares how they die? If they run into an asteroid and kill themselves, they're still dead, right? That's what I was going to do anyway. So, makes you think. Very curious of how they got all that programmed. Alright, so this will probably be the last dogfighting we do in the video in first person. I might go down to Magda here and just show you some atmosphere flying and how well this aircraft does in atmosphere, because it does do very well. But in the meantime here, we're just going to kind of hang out and wait for our bounty to show up. Alright, there's our bad guy. And Mustang Delta. Gosh, they pull some strange maneuvers. Sometimes when they pull these maneuvers, it makes me wish I had a turret or a gimbal build for the Arrow. Really, dude? You still are going? Okay. You're just making circles now. Sat there making little small circles. I'm trying to follow the pit, but I just ended up having to just kind of aim at him and his target. Alright, let's wait for his buddies to come. That's 5,000 UEC. And I got work authorization again. Let's take a look at what that says. Certifies that I am now an associate contractor. And entitled to... Whoa, we got bad guys coming. Alright, another Gladius Valiant. Another agile ship that's going to be all over the place. Flies like that. Just trying to get away from that asteroid. Desync doesn't help. What the hell was that? Oh my god, quit jousting me like that, man. Yeah, get upset. Jerkiness is insane. One thing the Arrow is nice about is if you have to make a 180, especially with pitch, you're able to just boost right out of it and change your vector almost instantly. It responds real. Oh shit! Oh! Didn't see that guy coming. I guess I did at the very end. Again, as I was just mentioning this thing, you hit debris or hit something, you have enough thrust and you're so light, you can... Oh my god, man. No one flies like this. Are you a robot? Are you part of Synthworld? It's like your shields are fully up because you move so much. Turn down and roll 10 times. It makes no sense. Oh, I'm the asshole. Ooh, boy. Alright. Buccaneers our next target. Wow, that Gladius took forever to get. Buccaneer is going to be in the same situation. It's a light fighter that actually armed really, really well. But it is a glass cannon, as you just saw. Let's take a look at our ship. Did we take any damage? Not really. I did hit that piece of debris pretty hard. But no, everything is still intact. Maybe I just kind of tagged it. Yeah. Let's just pretend we did. That's what I did. Alright, with that, we're going to head on over to Magda, do a little bit of atmospheric flying, and then we'll go over to Urkel Games. We'll do my preferred loadout in Pack 312. And then we'll probably do some third-person dogfighting just to see it. And that'll wrap up the review of the Arrow. So we'll see you in just a few minutes. Here we are at Magda. We're just going to do some atmospheric flying. I mean, it's not real atmosphere. It's a moon, but it's got a little bit. It's got a little bit of gravity to it. We're not even at full potential here. Let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully I don't crash and die. Okay. The Arrow. Let's see what speed I'm actually able to get on Magda. Am I able to get full speed or not? It's still climbing. It's slower, obviously, than in space. But I think I'm definitely able. Yeah, about 715 is the max speed here. So let's turn and pull. Kind of a minimum radius turn without afterburner. There we go. Definitely at SCM speed, it would be much more responsive. I'm going to go ahead and dial the speed down. Dial our speed limiter down here to a roughly SCM. We'll pull a turn on this ridge. So very, very responsive on the turn there. Anyway, that is some a little bit of moon atmosphere flying out at Magda. Beautiful pastel blues and oranges. And I'm going to go ahead and head on back to Everest Harbor, reload, rearm, get back out there dogfighting with this impeccable light fighter. And I'm going to pass you off onto Urkel.games and the loadout of this aircraft. Until then. Here we have the RSI website on the Anvil Arrow. As we can see here, it's got some amazing images of the Arrow in flight. Going into Lorville here, flying around in formation. Looks like it has some kind of Gatling gun attached to the wing. We see the typical specs here on the hard points. The different specs. It's They're at 16 meters long, height of 4 meters. It's a small fighter, not very heavy. 270 SCM speed. And the rest of this is not filled in, but max crew definitely have one. It does come in a starter pack for about $90. With that comes 6-month insurance, 1,000 UEC, digital download, self-line hanger. As a standalone ship, it is $75. And of course, you can upgrade because you can buy it at any time. So that is the RSI website for the Anvil Arrow.
There are some designs that transcend time. We look to the past for inspiration to craft the light fighter of the future. Unmatched design, best-in-class maneuverability. Leave your enemies bewildered. After all, how can you kill what you can't catch? The 2949 Arrow from Anvil. Rise above. Available now. See your authorized Anvil dealer for details.
Okay, everybody, we're here at the Urkel.games website. Check out the doobly-doo for the link. And we're going to go over pretty quickly the loadout I prefer on the Arrow, but right now we're going to go over the stock loadout. First off, again, this is a light fighter aircraft. It is combat orientated. It's only meant to shoot and kill things. It's a size 2 ship. It's a light fighter. It's got a hull HP of 4180. Very small dimensions. I would dare say it's one of the smallest ships in game. Low mass. They say its SCM speed's 200. I don't know if that's accurate. I think it might be a little more, but 1235 afterburner speed. That's total. That's like max speed that you can get up to, and we only got 1234. So. Again, the roll, 285 degrees a second roll. As we showed in the video, it rolls really fast. The pitch is good at 75 degrees a second, and the yaw is 68 degrees a second, which is still really good. It has a good-sized fuel tank, 75,000 liters, and with the right quantum drive, not the stock one, but the Atlas that I usually recommend, you can go from PO to Hurston or Arcor Microtech all in one shot. You can buy the Anvil Arrow at Area 18 on Planet ArcCorp at the Astro Armada Shipyard for just under $1 million Alpha UEC at 972,300 Alpha UEC. You can also rent it at Area 18, and you can rent it at Vantage Rentals in Moorville. Okay, so let's start from the top over up here at weapons. So it comes stock with 2 CF-117 size 1 lasers, standard lasers on the top turret that has two guns on it, and that turret allows you to do gimbals. This loadout, the stock loadout, is fully gimbaled. So if that's your thing with gimbals, then hey, this might be the light fighter for you. There's 2 weapons on each. I'm sorry, 1 weapon on each wing for a total of 2, and they are both size 3 hardpoints. The stock loadout is they are gimbaled, so they're size 2 gimbals. So they come with GT215s on each wing, so it gives you a little bit of laser and a little bit more ballistic. It comes with 6 missiles, a Dominator 2, Ignite 2, which is an EM and an IR. I'm sorry, an EM and a... is it Ignite? I thought Ignite was a... Yeah, Ignite's an IR. Urkel has this wrong as a cross-section. It comes with another missile rack with 2 Dominator 2s and another missile rack with 2 Ignite 2s. So, shields stock are all-stop military-grade C all the way around. From the shields, the power plants, the coolers, the quantum drive, the whole thing. So we're going to go ahead and change this up. First off, get rid of those gimbals on the wings and change them to fix. I leave the turret as is. I just don't use an auto gimbal mode. I just use a fixed locked mode. And I change the guns on the top to my ballistic Gatlings, which is the Yellow Jacket GT210, which does the most DPS, low alpha damage. And I put bigger laser repeaters on the wings. I go with the tried and true attrition 3s and patch 3.12 because as you use them quite a bit, the DPS is at 700 degrees, it's 616 damage per second. The alpha damage is 128. If we were to go with like an NDB, it has higher alpha damage, but as you keep firing it, it's just a constant rate. It's good damage. It's 532 DPS. And then the longest range weapon, I believe, is the Panther, which has the lowest DPS. The alpha damage is also lower than the attrition, but it does have long range. But I'm a close-in fighter, so I go with the attrition 3s on the wings. So I have guns and wings, but I just have less ballistics and more laser. For the missiles, I changed around my hard points. I changed the size 3 hard points to fit a size 3 missile. And then I changed all my missiles over to cross section, and I believe on this one I have Tempest 2s for the size 2 missiles. The size 3s I have Arrestor 3s. For shields, I will go with the Industrial Palisade. There's only one size 1 shield on here, so I just go with the one with the highest hit points. You could make an argument to go with the FR66 with pretty much fastest recharge, but I'll take 1,000, almost 2,000 more hit points over the little bit faster recharge because I plan to dodge more with a fast aircraft. I'm not worried about so much getting hit. Power plants. I will get rid of the Regulus military grade C and I go with the military JS300 grade A. The coolers, tried and true Ultraflow industrial grade A's. And the quantum drive, I'll go with the civilian Atlas, civilian grade A. So this here is my build for the Arrow. As you saw in the video, it does pretty darn well. I'm well under my cooling spec and my power spec. I can I didn't overheat the engine one time as far as I know. And I've used Afterburner a lot. So that's really good because there's not a whole lot to cool. So, with the 2 Ultraflows on there, it does a good job. So let's put the items into the cart. And to do my loadout here, you will need 150,450 Alpha UEC. And again, you can buy most of the stuff except the Atlas over at Microtech. Alright, so close that, and now we're going to take you over to the end of the video, basically, and it's third-person dogfighting with my good friend Jawa Sparky, and let's see how well he can hit the bad guys today. All right, everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll see you over there. Well, I want to thank everybody for watching the video, and a big thank you to Jawa Sparky for the third person flying. If you are interested in the Anvil Arrow, you can pick one up at Astro Armada at Area 18 in the ArcCorp system. If you like this video, please throw a like and subscribe. And good night, Stanton.